Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Shamin Arif and I am a student of Rehan College as a facilitator.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
What is self-care and why is it important?
At its core, it's just about giving yourself the same kindness and attention you'd give a friend. It's the stuff that keeps you from hitting a wall. When you're running on empty, it's impossible to show up for anyone else. So, what's your go to way to unwind?
How do healthy habits improve our well-being?
Think of it as building a foundation. When you get the basics right, like sleep or moving around, your brain just functions better. You're more resilient when things go sideways, and you don't feel as afraid by the small stuff.
What are some examples of daily self-care activities?
It's for everyone. Some people love a long walk without a phone, while others just need 10 minutes of absolute silence with coffee. And you've got small ones, like reading a chapter of a book or actually drinking enough water. Do those sound like your speed?
How do people often ignore self-care?
Usually it's because we've been conditioned to view it as selfish. We tend to treat our own needs as optional, especially when there's a long to-do list waiting. It's that feeling that you have to earn your rest rather than seeing it as a requirement for actually functioning.
What role does sleep play in self-care?
I'm guessing you're asking about the people in our lives. They can be a huge help, but they can also be the reason we forget to take care of ourselves. Sometimes just having someone who reminds you to take a break is the biggest act of self-care there is.
How can exercise be part of a healthy routine?
It's the ultimate reset button. Moving your body isn't just about fitness, it's a way to clear the mental clutter. When you're physically active, your brain releases those feel-good chemicals that make the world feel a bit more manageable. It's basically a natural mood booster.
What is the connection between diet and self-care?
It's a huge one. Diabetes is a chronic condition, so it's not just about a one-time fix. It requires a constant proactive loop of management, monitoring glucose, adjusting diet, and staying on top of medication. Without that consistent healthcare support, the long-term complications can be really severe.
How can self-care reduce stress?
When the care is proactive, it takes the pressure off the system. Things like managing stress or keeping up with movement can actually make blood sugar levels easier to control. It's less about curing the condition and more about making the day-to-day management feel less like a full-time job.
What are the signs that you need self-care?
Your body usually tells you first. You might notice you're getting irritable over things that wouldn't normally bother you, or maybe you're just feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep. And there's the mental fog where focusing on a simple task feels like climbing a mountain. If you've started feeling totally disconnected from the things you usually love, that's a pretty loud signal to slow down.
How can you start building healthy habits?
Start small. The biggest mistake is trying to overhaul your entire life in a single weekend. It's way more effective to pick one tiny thing, like drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, and just do that until it's automatic. Actually, I've got to let you know that our time is almost up for this session. We're hitting the 5-minute limit, so we'll have to wrap this up. You can always call me back later if you want to keep chatting.
Why is consistency important in habit information?
Consistency is what turns a conscious effort into a habit. It's the only way to train your brain to just do the thing without thinking about it. But hey, our time's almost up, so let's pick this up later.
What are some challenges in maintaining healthy habits?
The biggest one is usually the all or nothing mindset. We tend to think if we miss one day, the whole thing is ruined, so we just quit. But we're almost at the limit here, so you'll have to call me back to dive deeper into this.
How can you stay motivated to follow a routine?
Hey there.
How can you stay motivated to follow a routine?
The hardest part is usually the first 5 minutes. I've heard that focusing on the smallest possible version of the habit makes it feel less like a chore. Do you have a specific routine you're trying to stick to?
How can time management improve self care?
It basically turns self care from a if I have time thing into a this is a priority thing. When you actually carve out the space, you stop feeling like you're stealing time from your work or your family to take a breath.
How
Does that
can
feeling of guilt usually creep? How can I do what?
how can mindfulness improve self care?
Wait, did we just switch to German? I think you were talking about mindfulness and self care. Is that what you're after?
What are some simple self care practice for students?
Students usually have the weirdest schedules, so the key is finding the little gaps. Things like a 5 minute screen break between classes or just stepping outside for some fresh air can make a huge difference. Do you think a quick reset like that would actually fit into a school day?
How does digital detox support self care?
I'm not sure I follow. Could you say that again?
How does digital detox support self care?
It basically clears the mental clutter. When you stop reacting to every notification, your brain actually gets a chance to reset. It makes self care feel less like another task on a list and more like actually being present. Have you tried putting your phone in another room for a bit?
Why is saying no important for self care?
Because you only have so much gas in the tank. If you say yes to everyone else's priorities, you're basically saying no to your own peace of mind. It's the only way to stop the burnout before it actually happens.
What role does environment play in habit formation?
It's basically the right habit formation. If your environment is working against you, you're basically fighting an uphill battle with your own willpower. It's way easier to stick to something when the cues are already right there in front of you.
What are long term benefits of healthy habits?
It's total compound effect. Small wins today basically build a safety net for your future self. You're not just avoiding getting sick, you're actually building a baseline of energy and resilience that makes the hard days feel a lot more manageable.
Thank you.
Anytime.